In the quiet Ghanaian village of Akasombo, Kofi Mensah sat at his desk in the small office of Volta Threads, the textile business he co-owned with his wife, Ama. His phone buzzed, shattering the calm. The caller ID read, Akasombo Primary School. His pulse quickened. His son, Kwame, attended there. "Hello, Kofi speaking," he answered, voice tight. "Sir, it's your wife." The voice on the other end trembled. "She's been in an accident. A trotro hit her outside the school gate. She's at Volta Regional Hospital now. It's serious." Kofi's world tilted. He grabbed his keys, mumbled something to his assistant, and sped through the village, the lush greenery ablur. Ama's face flashed in his mind, her sharp wit, her gentle smile, the mother of their two sons, Kwame, 10, and Kojo, 6. "Please, let her be alive," he prayed. At the hospital, the sterile smell hit him as he rushed to the reception. "Ama Mensah, my wife, where is she?" The nurse led him to a waiting area. Kwame and Kojo were already there, huddled with the teacher, their eyes wide with fear. Kofi knelt, pulling them close. "It's okay, boys. Dad is here." The doctor emerged, his face grave. "Mr. Mensah, your wife is stable, but her spine took a severe hit. Both legs are fractured. She'll need multiple surgeries and intensive therapy. She may not walk for a long time, if ever." Kofi nodded, his throat tight. "Can I see her?" In the ward, Rama lay pale, hooked to machines. Kofi took her hand. "I'm here, Ama. We'll get through this." Ama endured 3 surgeries over the next month. Kofi was her anchor, feeding her, reading to her, reassuring her. When she was discharged, confined to a wheelchair, Kofi rearranged their home, moving their bedroom to the ground floor. He took leave from Volta Threads, bathing her, cooking, and helping with her therapy. But the village's tight-knit community brought no reliable help. 2 years prior, they'd hired a young man, Yo, as a house help. He'd seemed kind, but they caught him stealing from Oma's savings and neglecting the boys. The betrayal stung, and Kofi swore never to trust a stranger in their home again. So, he carried the load alone, save for occasional visits from his cousin, ESI. Weeks turned into months. Oma's therapy showed little progress. Kofi's energy waned. He began lingering at the office, avoiding Oma's calls. Guilt ate at him, but so did exhaustion. He felt trapped, no longer the husband or father he once was, but a caretaker drowning in duty. Adwa, Oma's best friend since their university days in Accra, returned to Akasombo after hearing about the accident. She arrived at their home, eyes brimming with tears. "Ama, I'm here for you," she said, kneeling by the wheelchair. Ama managed a weak smile. "I'm still here, Adwa. That's enough for now." Adwa visited often, bringing meals, helping with Oma's care, and playing with the boys. Kofi was grateful at first, her presence gave him brief moments to breathe. But as her visits grew frequent, he noticed subtle shifts, Adwa's lingering glances, her hand brushing his when passing a cup. One evening, as Oma slept, Adwa found Kofi in the kitchen. "You are doing so much," she said softly. "You are stronger than you know." Her words felt like a lifeline, pulling him from his loneliness. Their conversations deepened. Adwa's touch became bolder, a hand on his arm, a smile too warm. One night, on the veranda under a starlit sky, Kofi confessed, "I don't know who I am anymore. I'm failing her, failing the boys." Adwa took his hand. You're human, Kofi. You're allowed to break. He didn't pull away. The distance between Kofi and Oma grew. He avoided her gaze, her questions. Ama noticed her once loving husband now flinched at her touch. Adua's presence, once a comfort, felt like a shadow stealing Kofi's attention. One night, Ama asked, "Do you still love me?" Kofi hesitated, then said, "Of course." But the words rang hollow. Soon, Kofi and Adua's moments alone turned into secret meetings. A stolen kiss in the kitchen, late-night texts, then nights spent together when Ama slept. Kofi knew it was wrong, but Adua made him feel alive again. 3 months later, he made a choice. He sold Volta Threads, the business he and Oma had built from nothing, and packed a bag. Leaving a note, "I'm sorry, Ama. I can't do this anymore. I'm starting over with Adua." He left with Adua before dawn, leaving his sons and wife behind. Ama found the note at sunrise. Her sobs echoed through the house. Kwame and Kojo, woken by her cries, clung to her, confused and heartbroken. "I gave him everything," Ama wept. "My dreams, my love, our family. And he chose her." Ama's sister, Efua, living in the UK, arranged for a nurse, Labina, and a cook, Mem Grace, to help. But Ama spiraled. She stopped eating, barely spoke, and stared blankly at the walls. One afternoon, during a checkup, she whispered to Abina, "Maybe I'd be better off dead." Moments later, she collapsed, her body weak from dehydration and depression. At the hospital, doctors stabilized her. As she lay unconscious, a visitor, Kwesi Asare, a 50-year-old widower, overheard her cries from the next bed. Drawn by her pain, he approached. "I lost my wife to illness years ago," he said gently. "I know what it's like to feel the world end. But someone helped me through it. Let me help you." Ama, weary but broken, nodded. Kwesi arranged for her to move to a private ward, covering the costs. He visited daily, sharing stories of his own loss, offering quiet support. Slowly, Ama began to open up, finding hope in his kindness. Kwesi, a successful businessman running Asare Farms, arranged for Ama and her sons to travel to the UK for advanced treatment. Efua welcomed them, caring for Kwame and Kojo while Ama underwent intensive therapy. After months of hard work, Ama took her first steps with crutches. The day she walked unassisted across the therapy room, she cried tears of triumph. Returning to Akasombo, Ama chose to stay in their old home, reclaiming it as her own. She resumed therapy, enrolled the boys back in school, and began healing. Kwesi visited often, their bond growing. One evening, he confessed, "I love you, Ama. Not as a savior, but as a partner. Will you marry me?" Ama, tears in her eyes, said yes. Their quiet wedding was a celebration of new beginnings, attended by Efua, Kwesi's daughters, and a few close friends. Ama moved into Kwesi's estate, a sprawling home with gardens and a library. She started a foundation for women abandoned by their partners, funded by Kwesi. Needing a driver, Kwesi's team hired a man after a rigorous process. On his first day, Ama descended to meet him, and froze. It was Kofi. Kofi's face paled. "Ama, I didn't know." She straightened, her crutches steady. "You're the new driver. The car's outside. Keep it clean and fueled." Kofi nodded, shame in his eyes, and walked away, unable to face her. That night, Ama told Kwesi. He squeezed her hand. You don't owe him anything. But if he returns, let him see his sons, if only for their sake. Ama nodded, at peace. Kofi's life had unraveled. In Portugal with Adwoa, he'd spent his savings on her lavish lifestyle, only to discover her affairs. After a public confrontation, he was arrested for assault and deported. Back in Ghana, he lived in a cramped room in Kita, working odd jobs. Adwoa's final message revealed her jealousy of Ama, admitting she'd used Kofi to hurt her. Seeing Ama at the estate, strong and composed, broke him. He typed a message, Ama, I'm sorry. I threw away everything. Thank you for raising our sons. I want to be better for them. Ama read it, felt pity, but didn't reply. Her heart had moved on. That night, as Ama laughed with Kwesi and their sons over dinner, Kofi sat alone, tears falling. He'd lost everything, while Ama had risen, not through revenge, but through healing. Her strength was her closure, and her new family was her triumph.